There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break, so make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to another Mellow Moments. I am here with my Mellow Birds. Let's take the first sip of the day. It's extra especially buttery this morning. I'm getting... Yes, it's like the liquid Werther's Original. Let's see what's on the box today, shall we?
Tomorrow afternoon's film is a wartime comedy that steers a light-hearted course on a pink submarine carrying nurses, children, an expectant mother, and a goat. Cary Grant and Tony Curtis are in charge of the unlikely vessel for Operation Petticoat.
See, the whole pace of the presentation was just so calm and mellow, wasn't it? 1991.
Food and Drink has 3 programmes to go before Christmas.
You can spice up that old bird with my recipe for a gorgeous galantine. Cold turkey will never be the same again. Also my fruit and nut cake, a really rich and delicious confection.
And we've all the wines you need. Leslie Grant.
I think we're going to watch a Food and Drink in a future episode. I've got one lined up, so little sneak preview for you.
From Dirty Den to you and me, joined us to pick reds and whites for Christmas dinner, while Bergerac's Charlie Hungerford, that's actor Terence Alexander, of course, will be helping to select...
Looks like Joe Biden, doesn't he?
So join us too for Food and Drink's Countdown to Christmas, starting this Tuesday at 8:30 on BBC Two.
Now on BBC Two, David Vine introduces further action from the Guildhall Preston in the UK Snooker Championship.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Absolute banger.
That is the shot that's going to finish this championship.
Finally, the whirlwind Jimmy White concedes to John Parrott, and a very deserving champion. John Parrott wins the Embassy World Championship 18 frames to 11.
Remember that? 6 months ago, John Parrott's big day, champion of the world over Jimmy White. And now here at the United Kingdom Championship, we have the same 2 performers at the start of another snooker story.
We're both looking forward to the match. We're both very pleased to be in the final. It's basically it. We're both going to go out there and try and beat each other, and just I'm going out there to, try and win the tournament and just do the best I can.
Got a man in my way who's going to make it as hard as possible. It's the one thing that you can guarantee from our match. It's going to be entertaining. That's for certain.
See, this John Parrott was set to take over the snooker world here in 91, but unfortunately for him, around the corner was the unstoppable force of Stephen Hendry, who completely dominated the 90s. I think he wins like the next 7 in a row or something. So, but anyway, here we've got the rematch between John Parrott and Jimmy White in the UK Championship 6 months after the World Championship.
That's always right. Very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the first of our 5 programmes this weekend from the Guildhall here in Preston with the United Kingdom Snooker Championship final. Longer match, it's the best of 31 frames. We'll be following it step by step right through to the climax here tomorrow night. And with the repeat of the World Championship final pairing, we've certainly got 2 of the most exciting and the most popular players in snooker. Jimmy White, well, Jimmy has been here, in fact, in the final just once before. That was the runner-up in 1987 when he lost to Steve Davis. A great final, 16-14. And, of course, he's been 3 times runner-up in the Championship of the World, 29 years old from Wimbledon. As to the story of how he got here, there it is. And against Dave Martin in the 5th round, he opened up with a break of 117, his only century so far this championship. Terrific against Darren Morgan.
It's a big win against Stephen Henry. Stephen Henry hadn't quite, he was still like a little squirt at this point, like Spotty Herbert. He doesn't become like the Stephen Henry until next year, I don't think.
Very good against Neil Foulds. It was a tough match. He won at 9-7. And then, of course, the big story, when he knocked out Stephen Hendry, the world's #1 and the man who'd won this title for the last 2 years. What a match, what a story. John Parrott. Well, it's John's first United Kingdom final. He's been a semi-finalist twice. He lost to Neil Foulds in 1986. He lost to Steve Davis in 1990. But, of course, the current champion of the world. Let's have a look at his run, and it's been pretty impressive. That was a good match against Willie Thorne, 9-4 in round 6. He struggled against Dean Reynolds. Reynolds came back at him well, but John came through at the end 9 frames to 6. And then a real cracker in the semi-final against
grit.
James Watanabe, the young
Good
man from
determination.
Thailand, who'd knocked out Steve Davis and Steve James. John had a big fluke on the pink against James Watanabe, but they all count, and he's into this final. And it really is a matchmaker's dream. Just look at these figures. They've met in ranking tournaments on 4 occasions. They've won 2 each. Outside the ranking tournaments and other matches, they've met 6 times. It's 3 each. Add them all up, and you've got 10 matches between these two, 5 to Jimmy White and 5 to John Parrott. Do you want to go further? We'll do it for you. Count up all the frames. 83 to Jimmy White, 83 to John Parrott.
Marvellous,
It's not
eh?
too surprising that the bookmakers can't split them either. They're making both players 6 to 5 on for this United Kingdom title. They don't give too much away, do they? Well, you may have seen the earlier frames in Grandstand. The story of the match, remember, it's the first player to 16 now who wins the title. Jimmy White was in sparkling form in the first frame, and he took it in just about 21 minutes, 103.9. He started off the second pretty well, a break of 41, then he missed the pink. So he's let John Parrott in now, so John Parrott yet to score, 41 down, second frame of the final, and here we go with Jack Carnham and Eddie Charlton.
I love John Parrott, by the way, because his name was Parrott, and I found that funny when I was a kid. So John Parrott was my favourite player. Same was true of Paul Parker, who I saw in the 1990 World Cup. His name was Parker. I found that funny. He became my favourite player. Uncomplicated child.
It's going to jam up 1 or 2 of those reds that are in the centre of the table. You can work around those. Gaining position from this red's all important.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. We're going to have to turn over to see what's on the other side. Let's have a look to see what's on the other side, shall we? Okay, let's stick on BBC One.
Everybody ready? Sorry? He's not ready. What's he doing? Nose to nose now. Watch the feet in front of you. Watch the feet in front of you. Flamenco and...
Word.
Where you go, follow these, follow these. Get ready. Are you ready for the drop? Ready for the drop, get your knee that way. This is vital, okay? The judges are watching, okay? And...
This is very fitting, by the way. And I said I'm going to turn over from BBC Two to BBC One. This is the difference between them all over. BBC Two, quiet, a little bit of snooker, nothing in a hurry. BBC One, bit more razzmatazz, bit more jazz hands, bit more mainstream.
Drop. Good. Stay right here if you will. Good. Put the other two back. And thank you once again, you champions. Go and get the world. Okay. Come on. There we are. Now then. Who better to judge this than the lady who's become a ballroom dancing legend? Of course, it's Peggy Spencer, MBE. Hey!
Hey, Peggy Spencer.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you for being here, and many congratulations from us all. We think it's marvellous. Now, tell us all about this.
Oh, it's wonderful,
world.
isn't it?
Yes.
It's a terrific feeling.
Of course.
In a few days, we're off to Essen in Germany, where about 14,000 people will watch the World Championships.
14,000?
Yes, in a big sports hall.
Yeah.
And there
Now, Essen, isn't that where the International Board Games Forum is held? Is she going to Essen to play board games? What are the championships she's talking about? Scrabble?
will be something like 15 or 16 countries competing, including Russia. Russia now is doing formation dancing.
Oh,
so we shall have a fight on our hands.
Oh, formation dancer. She's a dancer. Okay, of course. Nah. Of course she's a dancer. Incidentally, by the way, I drank my Mellow Birds super quickly this morning. Time on the clock, about 11 minutes. All right, Stato?
But we're ready for it. We're ready for it.
Well, good luck to you. Very good luck to you. Now, the immediate task is, what do you think of the people? So,
yes.
So what do you think? What
right, I've marked my card as a good judge
You
should.
marked your card, yes, good.
As I went along.
Yeah.
And Christine, I thought you had very good cha-cha-cha hips. That went very well. The only thing was, of course, you had the wrong leg.
I retract the word on Christine. I retract the word. Sorry, Christine. Not for me, love.
I mean, he did have a bit of a struggle to get the right leg, didn't he? A super shake and shimmy that you had to. The roll turning the wrong way, unfortunately. But however, very, very good performance, and you tried very hard. So I'd like to give them 17 marks.
17 marks, very good. Well done, Christine and Philip. Lovely, lovely. Now, what about over here? Patricia and...
Well, I thought Patricia...
Have to retract the word on Patricia as well. Sorry, Patricia. Just something about these girls. Not quite for me. I think they're a bit old. I mean, saying that, they were probably my age, but... Yeah.
Tried to keep her head up, and she tried to keep the look. I mean, the feet didn't go right some of the time, but that's the thing in show business, isn't it? Keep the look.
And
keep
I wasn't much help at times either, no.
She kept her head up. But John was fantastic.
Oh, really? I didn't see John.
He held his head up.
Yes.
He looked...
But why are the men so much younger than the women here? What's going on?
Latin, he got this paso doble look, he got the flamenco taps going. Yes. So I'd like to award Patricia and John 18.
All right, so Patricia and John won it. All right, see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for another Mellow Moments.
There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break. So make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.